Thank you very much. I've come to visit the acting president, and you know this is our administration. I've come to brief him on the situation in the Senate, and the discussion also considered the need for the National Assembly to reconvene immediately for us to pass the environment and supplementary budget request of Mr. President. You know that the budget for 2018 would be largely funded, the capital aspect particularly, will be largely funded by foreign facilities loans. Now we need to approve that. We also need to approve other important and essential requests, especially that of INEC and the other security agencies, for our security to be improved. It is therefore very essential that we reconvene immediately to look into those issues, because our government is almost stalled. And I believe that if we are able to pass the supplementary budget environment request from Mr. President, this will enable our administration to provide the various infrastructure that we have planned to provide for Nigerians, and also the other aspects of national development. To do otherwise will be to sabotage this administration, will be to sabotage democracy itself, because if we cannot provide the essentials for Nigerians, if we cannot provide funds for INEC to plan the 2019 elections, what do we call ourselves? Certainly, we know for the case of INEC, for example, INEC could pick some items on the shelves, but there are so many important and essential items that INEC would have to place order that will take 2-3 months. So it is very imperative that we do the needful. We should convene the National Assembly immediately, and as legislators, as representatives of Nigerians, we do what is best in the national interest.
And what is the best?
It's also important that whatever crisis we have in the Senate and indeed in the National Assembly, that Nigerians don't suffer. We as politicians can do anything. It's a parliamentary practice. In fact, in parliaments, worse things could happen. But parliaments that are responsible and responsive will always take into account the national interest, work assiduously to ensure that the country does not suffer. Here, in our case, we have our budget suffering. We are not able to implement anything today because we are not able to, as a legislature, the National Assembly, pass the request of Mr. President. So I believe that we should be on the same page with Nigerians. We are not aliens. We are representing Nigerians. And therefore, what Nigerians want today is for this administration to provide those essentials that it has promised and it has started providing. That we should plan properly for free, fair, and transparent elections in 2019. If we don't reconvene and pass the request, what that means is we have turned against this country. We are stalling the administration and invariably fighting the people, because the people want us to do those things that will make them happy.
We're still appealing to the National Assembly to reconvene. You remember that we passed the budget with understanding that a great amount of the money would be gotten by foreign loans. Although this was approved that they would be loaned, the amount to be gotten was not approved. The Fiscal Responsibility Act requires that the President should specifically state the amount he wants to get on foreign loan and present it before the National Assembly. That letter has been presented to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly has to pass that amount before the money could be drawn or obtained from the foreign financing institutions. This is what we are asking. And if it doesn't happen, in the next very, very few months, then we may have a complete government shutdown. Because what we are receiving from the federation accounts as the federal government share, the capital component is not enough to sustain the even 15 or 20% of the budget. So there may be a complete government shutdown. And I know Nigerians don't like this. That's why we're still appealing. Now, the leader of the Senate has said that there are 53. I want to assure him that the APC has harvested more people from the PDP and other political parties. The head of the PDP in the Senate is formally joining the APC family, and that will be in a big ceremony on Wednesday, the 8th of August in Akwa Ibom State.